The conversation began in a hushed tone, the vast expanse of space surrounding them. "We are all unique," Talaris mused, glancing toward the horizon of stars. "Perhaps," Selvian responded, "but in some ways our similarities are striking. You, for instance, are aerial beings. You can't initiate hyperspeed at low altitudes without risking annihilation, but your wings allow you to ascend high enough to activate it safely." "We must retract our wings first, though," Laranth added thoughtfully. "Indeed," Selvian agreed. "Now we aquatic creatures, we can't initiate hyperspeed underwater without disastrous results. But we leap from the surface for a brief moment, and in that fleeting instant, we can survive the transition to hyperspeed, even at a low altitude, thanks to our resilient bodies. But then there are humans. They are profoundly different. Their bodies? They're incapable of hyperspeed on their own." Laranth's wings fluttered with confusion. "But they travel the stars." Selvian nodded. "Yes, they do. But tell me, have you ever encountered the Laranth?" "Yes, I have. You've seen how they rely on external objects. Tools, they call them." Laranth's eyes narrowed. "I've seen that. They use small containers for their tools, don't they?" "Exactly. Humans are similar but much more reliant on these tools. They don't just make small containers. They construct massive vessels, large enough to house hundreds of them." Laranth took a moment to process. "That's impressive, but how does it make them so different?" Selvian smiled faintly. "Here's the critical difference. Humans can't initiate hyperspeed themselves, but they step into these enormous vessels, and the vessels do it for them." Laranth's wings stilled as he stared at Selvian. They build machines to carry them through hyperspeed? That's unnatural. An affront to the way things are meant to be. Such blasphemy should not be tolerated. We should wipe them out before they corrupt the universe." "Hold that thought," Selvian said gravely. "You know of the Kryll, don't you?" "Of course," Laranth replied. "They're brutal, stronger than I, and relentless in their hostility. I keep to the skies to avoid them." "When was the last time you saw one?" Laranth's brow furrowed. "It's been a while, thankfully." "You may never see one again." Laranth blinked in surprise. "What? Why?" "They tried to eliminate the humans. It did not end well for the Kryll." "How could humans defeat the Kryll?" Laranth asked, incredulous. "Because our hyperspeed, like the Krylls, is a part of us. It's inherent, unchangeable. But humans, they've improved theirs. Their ships move through hyperspeed at a pace far beyond ours, perhaps 1,000 times faster. And their vessels..." Laranth leaned in. "What of their vessels?" "They're made of something called metal," Selvian explained. "Metal?" Laranth interrupted. "What is that?" "It's like bone, but far denser, stronger, and more durable. Humans forge their vessels from it. With their tools, they shape it into walls that neither you, nor I, nor the Kryll can penetrate. And inside those vessels, they carry weapons tools that can effortlessly kill even the fiercest Kryll." A heavy silence hung between them before Laranth spoke again. "So we cannot destroy them, and the Kryll failed. But they can destroy us more effectively than the Kryll ever could." Selvian nodded slowly. "Yes. Then how do we avoid that fate?" "Start by not trying to destroy them," Selvian said calmly. "Just because they don't adhere to our understanding of nature doesn't mean they are a threat to us." Laranth's wings twitched thoughtfully. "If they have weapons capable of defeating the Kryll, perhaps they're worth keeping the peace with. But do they desire peace?" "I believe so," Selvian replied. "They are not driven by bloodlust. They would have coexisted peacefully with the Kryll had they been given the chance." Laranth tilted his head. "Why would they choose peace with the Kryll?" Selvian shrugged. "Why wouldn't they? They had nothing to fear from them." Laranth paused, finally seeing the logic. "No, I suppose they didn't.